Money isn't real. That's from today's inbox. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Neville Goddard podcast. Ready? Here we go. Dear Mr. 2020, I know money isn't real, so why do I keep struggling with it? Bob, sent to you on my iPhone 14. Radio. All right, Bob. Yes, Bob gave me permission to share this. So Neville Goddard quotes someone in this quote. This is really good. I don't know who he quoted. I forget. We could look it up. You can look it up if you want to. Neville Goddard quotes someone saying, "When people ask me about my success, I must say that I believe it is because I have never made making money my goal. My goal is the wise, productive use of money." Neville continues, "This man's inner conversations are based on the premise that he already has money. His constant inner question is the proper use of it. The inner conversations of the man struggling to get money only prove his lack of money." Alrighty. Money's real. Money is speed. See, a long time ago, right, way before I was born, somebody imagined up something that we could call trade. In other words, I've got a lot of carrots, you've got some apples. Hey, how about if we trade a couple carrots for a couple apples? Wouldn't that be fun? And then along came people that did things with sheep, right? So Mary had a little lamb. And I could go to Mary and say, "Hey, Mary, look, I got me some carrots. How about if we trade some carrots for some lamb?" And Mary says, "I don't want carrots. I got plenty of carrots. My cousin grows carrots." So how about apples? And says, "Well, I like apples. Okay, Mary, let me go find the apple guy. So I can trade carrots for apples, and I can bring you apples for a lamb." By the time I do all that, somebody else already took the lamb because they already had carrots or apples. Whatever Mary wanted, Mary gets, right? But somebody imagined up this thing called trade, and I find trade a lot of fun. But the problem is when trade is simply barter, it's really slow. So somebody else imagined up something that we'll just call money. But what they imagined first was speed. Money is speed. Write that down. Tattoo it to your brain. Because I can tell you something. Every single person who has told me that money isn't real, and every single person who has complained about lack of money, also complains about something that we'll just call lack of speed. Right? They just have lack of speed. Because they're denying something. They're imagining slow. They're imagining struggle. And they're asserting to me that money isn't real. Let me tell you something. There's another quote where Neville talks about, if I invite you for lunch, I've got to pay the bill. If I check out of the hotel, I've got to pay the bill. If I'm going to get on the train and go to New York City, I've got to buy the ticket. I got to pay the bill. This is where he's talking about, somebody asks about metaphysics. Why should someone who studies metaphysics struggle so bad with lack, that kind of thing? Yeah, because they're buying bullshit. Money is speed. You see, when I realized that, guess what I had more of in my life? Both money and speed. So as long as you assert money isn't real, you're really not going to have much money, are you? On the other hand, this man's inner conversations are based on the premise that he already has money. His constant inner question is the proper use of it. Dream-driven day. Today is Friday the 4th of August. It is 7:26 a.m. Dream-driven day starts on Monday. You in? As my friend Jess asked the question, what about someone who, and again, I'll be answering this on today's show, what if someone wants to take a course, but they say they don't have money? See, I used to sell shit. I'm just going to be 100% blunt. So I was online back when online meant, hey, if you send me money through the mail, I'll send you VHS video cassettes and audio cassettes. Right, way back in the old days, that's when I was online. We didn't have PayPal. Setting up a payment gateway required all kind of problems, right? So I had checks. People would send me checks. I would send them video and audio cassette tapes. Right, that was the way of business back in the old days. Then this thing called PayPal came out. I was one of PayPal's first customers. Then came this whole thing I got on this thing called the eBay. That was a lot of fun. And then I used to ship this thing called CDs and DVDs, right? And when people started saying, hey, do you make the stuff in CD or DVD? I was like, thinking, no, I don't have enough freaking money to do that. You know, I have to buy shit. You got to spend money to make money. You got to have money to make money. Well, I had stuff that I collected over the years. Militaria, guns, coins, stamps. And I'd just go, right, what do I want to sell today? I'd go sell shit and then buy gear. Microphones, computers, DVD burners, all that stuff. Softwares. And that's what I did. Because, I've got stuff, I want speed. And you see, that's not a worldly solution. That's just called, you know what? I'll imagine up more stuff later. The stuff's just sitting here collecting dust anyway. And every time I sold some stuff, I ended up buying stuff that was better back. Had a lot of fun doing that. But the thing is, a lot of people, they think slow. Right? To double my income, I have to work twice as much time. I have to get 2 jobs. I'll never see my kids. Well, to really double my income, I'll have twice as many expenses. If I double my job, I have to drive from here to there and there to here, and I have to eat out more. So I really need 2.5 new jobs. So that means I can only sleep 4 hours a day. I'll be tired. They're imagining sleep and stress. I'm imagining speed. So when you imagine speed, when you imagine the wise, productive use of your time, money. See, when I moved to Australia, I promised myself I would never get a job. That I would really build a business that blessed billions. 3.4 million listens on the podcast right now. That's just one of our streams. Meanwhile. So I started doing things that speedy people are into. I wrote a book. It took me 7 hours. I sold it for $7. That's $1 an hour if I sell one copy. Couple thousand copies later, that's a couple $1,000s an hour later. When you change who you are, how you think changes, and you stop going through this bullshit of money isn't real. Well, it is. Bullshit is bullshit. You're real. Your dreams are real. You're the dreamer dreaming the dream. Your dreams and your desires are divine in origin. Money equals speed. Speed is something that's real. And I know someone will argue with me about that. That's fun. Meanwhile, how slow can you go? If you got gold, I've got 2 suggestions for you. Number 1, go to NevilleGoddardStore.com. You'll see 2 things that are really cool. One is the Money Now pack. Money Now. There's some live call recordings. There's some cutting edge stuff in there. Read it. Money Now at NevilleGoddardStore.com. Number 2, we've got a new little thing that we call the Money Diamond. And I think it's under the Secret of Money or something like that. You can find that too. That's a little $7 pack. It's a lot smaller, but it's really cool shit as well. Money Now, it's just so slam full of gold. It's massively cool, good fun. And that other little Secrets of Money, something like that, the Money Diamond, you'll find it. $7. Thank you for listening. And now what I want you to do is to imagine up something yummy, something lovely. How about having an inner conversation based on the premise that, well, my goal is the wise and productive use of money. Always be investing. Now let us go into the silence. All right, dive deeper, soar higher. Thanks for listening. Go play. Have a great day. See ya.